my name is Marianne Perez, and I'm the Program Development and Campus Marketing Intern.
Hi, I'm Lisa Yumi Mitchell, and I'm a volunteer and Marketing and Media PR Intern for Future Leaders for Peace.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Kathrein, and I'm a volunteer for Future Leaders for Peace.
Hi, I'm Kayla Sugarman, and I'm a volunteer, and I'm a Cal student.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I'm a volunteer and intern for Future Leaders for Peace.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Kathrein. Welcome to Future Leaders for Peace.
Leave your backpack against the wall. You're going to sit as a class. We're going to kind of form a U around Jonathan.
You guys having a nice chance to slow down and relax a little bit? Yeah. If we're not happy, if we're not peaceful, we can't share happiness and peace with others. I learned this when I was in the water by myself in 1998 at Stinson Beach. And Sean got cold, so he got out of the water. And I decided that I'd stay in and catch a few more waves. And as I'm paddling along, I'm watching Sean on the beach when my right hand hit something underwater. I stopped for just a second and I thought, maybe that's a seal. Maybe that's a jellyfish. And I turned and I started paddling in towards shore as fast as I could, and I didn't want to find out what it was. And a 12-foot great white shark came up from beneath me and plowed into my right leg. It hit me and it lifted me up and it flipped me over and it started swimming with me underwater. And now I'm probably 3 feet underwater with this thing holding onto my leg and swimming along. And I realized this thing's way too big to fight. But what can I do? I can hold on and just sort of ride until it lets go. And so its mouth is on my leg, the jaw goes from my knee all the way up to my hip, and I'm dragging along the side of this thing. And I reach my arms out like this to try to hold on to it. And I couldn't get my arms around enough to hold on to it. And I open my eyes and I'm looking for something to hold on to, and I see gills that are about this long. And if you've ever seen a little goldfish, it feels about like this. And I grab onto those gills, and as soon as I do that, it lets go, and I come up to the surface. And I grab my board and I swim in all the way to shore as fast as I can. And I get into a few feet of water when I realize I can't stand up. And I need some help to be carried up the beach. And I'm laid out on a backboard, the paramedics respond. And I waited 23 minutes for a helicopter to arrive and pick me up and fly me across the day into surgery. And I went into 7 hours of surgery. I had more than 400 stitches. The doctor said that they stopped counting around 400 or 500 stitches. And I was in bed for a month after that. But as the nurse was pushing me into surgery, she said, "How are you feeling? Is everything okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm doing all right, but you know I have school tomorrow. I don't think I'll be able to go." And it was a silly question. But I had never had anything like that happen to me before, where I would have been stopped from going to school, where I was so badly injured that I wouldn't have been able to continue my normal life. And it was a big wake-up call for me. I've been to Hawaii and South Africa and spoken to almost 11,000 kids in big groups like this. And it was just simply the thought, and it said earlier on the screen, it's about setting goals. It was simply the thought that I was going to get out there and do something. How many times have you gotten home and you think, I need a break? Life has been crazy today. School was too much. Raise your hand if that happens to you. Okay, put them down. Now, how many of those times that you go home, life's been crazy, you need a little break, and you say, I'm going to sit down on the computer, and I'm going to start instant messaging one of my friends. And then my friend, okay, put your hands down, just listen to this. I'm going to instant message one of my friends. And your friend says, hey, that guy who came today, he's talking about a shark. How much do you think a shark weighs? And you decide you're going to Google it. So how much does a shark weigh? And you're text messaging, and your mom's talking in the background, and the radio's playing, and you're checking how large a shark is. And you find out how large the shark is, and then you get a phone call, you answer it, and you're thinking to yourself, while you're talking to someone on the other line, and you forget who you're talking to. How much does a whale weigh? I wonder if a shark's bigger or a whale's bigger. And then your mom's still talking to you, the radio's on, you've got your iPod in one ear, and you've got the phone on the other, while you're instant messaging and you're text messaging. You're trying to get a YouTube video up and you're on Comcast digital cable. Right behind you, you're taking a break. And then you realize that you can't remember how much the shark weighed. And you have to do it again. I read a study recently that said if you take medicine to deal with depression, and you similarly exercise to deal with it, the result is the same. The difference is, once you stop the medicine, nearly half the people go back to being depressed. With exercise, only 1 in 10 go back to being depressed. People keep saying to me, these things don't work when you're in a challenging environment. When you're really faced with someone, say, pulls out a gun, it's not going to work, right? Just being friendly, and I hear this voice, and I thought, why is there a man's voice in the store right now? We're closed. We're just setting up for the day. And I walk over to the bottom of the stairs and I look up. And there is a guy coming down the stairs with a gun pointed at me. And I quickly stepped to the side of the stairway so that he couldn't see me. And I thought to myself, I have 3 options. My first option is what anybody would do. Anyone who's good at Halo, Grand Theft Auto. I was going to charge the guy, grab him, sweep his legs out from under him, throw him down the stairs. I was going to have his gun, and then the guy that I spotted behind him, I'd take his gun too. Easy. And I'm thinking about what buttons I'm going to hit. So I had one other option, and I had no other choice but to really try this. And this guy is coming down the stairs. Now there's another guy behind him, so there are 2 guys with guns. And I smiled and said hello. They didn't turn and leave. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like a magic repulsion power. But they lowered their guns. They kept them pointed down. They were what I would call friendly robbers after that. They kept their weapons down. They ended up taking money from the store, but didn't take anything from me. They didn't hurt me in any way, or the 2 women that were working with me. When you leave here today, please remember that we never think that the people around us are watching what we're doing. And we forget how interconnected we are. And how much we can help each other. And that by communicating, by sending positive energy out to each other, we make the world a better place. It starts with us. And then we can help our school and our community. Take care of yourselves. But remember to take care of the people around you too. We're always looking, and we pretend like we're not. We're always looking at others. You're all leaders. We hope you'll join us for our clubs. We'll meet on Fridays at lunch almost every week. And repeat it as loud as you can after me. If it is to be, it is up to me. Let's try it a little louder. If it is to be, it is up to me.
When it takes a crane to build a crane, it takes 2 floors to make a story. It takes an egg to make a hen. It takes a hen to make an egg. There is no end to what I'm saying.
They just got back. Yeah, like Purple Street, like from
Yeah,
like Purple Street.
That's
a shame. Really?
Yeah, and then they.
That's scary.
And it takes some words to make an action.
Why don't I get in the back? Why don't you guys all
And it takes some work to make it work. It takes some good to make it hurt. And it takes some love for satisfaction. Say la 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 la, life is wonderful. Full circle.